One channel, different shows, everything entertaining. Make a Path presents Let's Talk. Alright Deadheads, this is just a little fun video I've really been wanting to make. I am probably like much of you. I started watching the TV show, and then in becoming a bigger fan of The Walking Dead, I got introduced to the comic books, started to read them, and I was hooked. However, one big problem with people getting into comic books, it is not simply a comic book. There are fat ones, hardcovers, soft covers, there's these skinny ones they call trade paperbacks, and it gets pretty confusing. I get a lot of questions on where do I start, how do I start, where do you buy them, what the hell? Let's talk The Walking Dead comic. Now a little disclaimer, I'm talking about all hard copies that you can hold in your hand. I don't do anything digital, no movies, no reading. Digital is not my thing, I'm hands-on. To avoid a lot of confusion, I'm going to leave some special editions out. Pretty much I want to give just the basic concept of where to start and a general idea of the price ranges. Now to start, the comic books are in single issues. The single issues are $2.99, so if you were interested in getting the single issues, look up your local comic book shop or possibly order them online in some kind of comic book subscription. And they usually stock the most recent, let's say 3 to 4 issues. After that, you are probably going to have to find them online. Next up is what's called a trade paperback. These trade paperbacks hold 6 single issues. 6 of these go into one trade paperback. Now a trade paperback retails for around $14.99, but you can find them on Amazon for around $9, $8, and I've seen a lot of them on there. The trade paperbacks run in what's called volumes. So this is volume 17. The very first one you want to start with is volume 1. Each trade paperback has a specific 3-word title, and the cover is specific to the trade paperback. You will not find this cover on any other issue. And if you have the consecutive volumes, you can put them together, and the zombies on the bottom will actually line up. Next one up from the trade paperbacks. Now I don't have any of these, so I'm going to pop an image on the screen. These ones are called hardcover books. So we have single issue, volumes, and books. Now one book has 2 trade paperback story arcs in each book. So that's 2 of these in one book, which equals 12 issues. Am I confusing you? So these books have 12 issues. Now these are only in hardcover and they range around $35 a piece. And I've looked them up. You can find these online between $18 to $23. Now the next one up, the big boy, the one I highly recommend. This is your compendium. Now we have the single issue, we have the trade paperback, we have the book, and the compendium. The compendium is the beast. This is what I highly recommend. Right now, there are actually 2 compendiums out in the retail market, and I believe in another year and a half, we will have compendium 3. This is where I suggest you start. This compendium retails for $60 in Barnes & Nobles and in other stores. Don't ever pay that. Go to Amazon, do what I did. You can find this compendium, believe it or not, if you watch enough. I bought mine for $25. I bought Compendium 1 and 2 at the same time for around $50 free shipping. But this is where I highly recommend you start. One compendium holds 48 single issues. That's 48 of these. Oh great, I'm going to have to do some math. If there's 48 single issues, and there's 6 single issues in here, I believe that covers 8 of these $15 books you find in here for just $30. So like I said, go with this. And the hardcover books, they hold 2 of these each. So I think you need to buy 4 hardcover books. Like I said, at around $35, you can find them for around $20. So you have to spend about $80 to get the amount of stories. And I'm not trying to discourage you from spending money on these others. I know people that buy them all. I'm trying to get you interested in starting the story. I guarantee you these will sell themselves. Eventually you'll be hooked and you'll want to buy one of these a month to keep up with the story. Or just because, surprisingly, they are awesome. I love them. I have to get the story on day 1. I am hooked on the story. I love it. What's awesome about a compendium too, they have the real people on top, and they actually, yes, Rick included, on the bottom, they turn them into walkers. The art is walkers. The top has everyone as a human. Switch it around. Everyone's a walker. Compendium 2 as everyone is a human and everyone's a walker. Now this is your basic, that's basic. After this you get into hardcover special editions or the compendiums you can buy. This is a Comic-Con exclusive, so this would be like a limited edition compendium. This was actually a very nice gift from my girlfriend. And let me guide you, if you do start with the compendium, financially this would be your best bet. So you buy both compendiums. So now you're up to issue 96. Now I believe you can find both of these for $23. So for $46, that will give you free shipping. Under $50, and you got a lot of reading material. You won't be disappointed, not whatsoever. After your Compendium 2, you're going to want to get this. Trade Paperback, Volume 17 of The Walking Dead. That will cover issues 97 through 102. Then you're going to want to get Volume 18, What Comes After. That's issues 103 to 108. Next, Walking Dead Volume 19, March to War. That's issues 109 to 114. Volume 20, All Out War Part 1. That's 115 to 120. The Walking Dead Volume 21, All Out War Part 2. That's issues 121 to 126. The Walking Dead Volume 22, A New Beginning. That's issues 127 to 132. Now this enters the storyline that is my all-time favorite already, and we just begun it. Once you finish issue 132, which is the very last few pages in volume 22, prepare yourself. I love this. This issue is one of my favorites. This is the issue that's going to end volume 22 in the trade paperbacks. You can still find this single issue in the comic book stores and cheaply online, just a few dollars. I suggest you buy this even if you have volume 22. Because it is great. And then you can start single issues. 133, the newest one that was just released recently, 134, and then what we're waiting for to come out is 135. I love this cover. I can't wait to see what happens. 136, and this is, I cannot wait for this cover. This is Carl. And this is what I'm saying, once you get hooked on it, it drags the nerd out of you. I want this issue, I want this cover. One of my favorite covers already. Friggin' love this one. I can't wait to get this one. And like I said, from here on out, you should be on the single issues if you want to do that route. I know some people, they wait every 6 issues, then they release a trade paperback. They wait for the trade paperbacks. For $3 a month, I really enjoy getting the single issues. Right around where I first started collecting, I got both of the variant covers, which was Michonne and Rick, and then Rick standing over all the dead bodies of all the other characters. This is one of my favorite covers, as well as the one you saw with Maggie. Here's little badass Carl. And then we have the death of Carl here. That's when Carl died. I'm kidding, he didn't die there. I got you, didn't I? This was supposed to be a neat, fun little video. It really dragged on. I am truly sorry. If you stayed this long, please just let me know how I did explaining this, because I'm not a comic book guy, and I really wanted to get the word out there. A lot of people ask me where to start. Should I start? If you do start, let me know down below. Do you read it? Were you a comic fan before? Do you just read the Walking Dead comics? Please let me know what your situation is, because me personally, I don't do comic books, but every month I am the first one in line to get the Walking Dead issue. I love the story. I love it. Alright guys, I'm done talking. Finally. It's your turn. Subscribe now.